Welcome to the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast, the show where we shine a light on the incredible businesses, community leaders, and local legends that are shaping our town. I'm your host, James O'Donnell, and today we are joined by Claire Fennelly, the founder of Your English Tutor UK. Claire, great to have you on the podcast today.
Hi, James. Thanks for having me.
No worries. For those of us who don't know you yet and your English tutor, who are you and what do you do here in Bishop Stortford?
So I'm Claire, and I've over 15 years of experience teaching English. I'm also a GCSE examiner, and I've led English departments in the past, but I've left the mainstream classroom this year, and I've launched Your English Tutor UK to give support to students across Bishop Stortford and nationwide online in their kind of journey through GCSE English from year 7 all the way up to year 11.
So what was the spark for you to make that jump and start out on your own?
It's a bit of a story. So basically, I was in my dream job. I got to head of English. I was leading a great team and getting the results. And then my world kind of crashed a little bit. My mum got seriously ill, and I flew home to Ireland, where I'm originally from, to care for her. And I kind of left everything that I'd ever known. When she passed away, I came back and I worked again in St. Mary's in Bishop Stortford. And I just kind of was thinking that there must be something more. Like I wanted to kind of give a bit more to the community and felt that the classrooms are getting busier and busier and more crowded. And, school can be difficult at times for lots of students. So I kind of stepped away. I decided to step away from mainstream, launch something of my own and help students in smaller groups get that attention that they don't often get in the system.
I want to give a shout out to a brilliant local business making life better right here in Bishop Stortford. If you've ever felt bored or awkward or unmotivated at the gym, well, you're not alone. Getting fit should feel fun. That's what I love about Vida Wellness Club. Besides yoga, Pilates, they also run friendly, energizing dance sessions like Zumba, Zumba Gold, Broadway Boogie that actually make you want to move. You can book a free session now at vidawellnessclub.com and let them know that the podcast sent you. No pressure, just great vibes and a stronger you. Support your fitness and support local. Right, back to the show. Okay, so you this is for people from year seven onwards. So they've started at a secondary school, and this is for people that love English or they need extra support. If someone's listening to this and they're thinking, oh, "I've got a kid who's starting year 7," who should be reaching out and talking to you?
The majority of the people that I work with are students that have brilliant ideas. They have great ideas, but there's like this disconnect between the brilliant ideas in their head and actually getting that down on paper. I call it like blank page fear. So it's those students that need strategies and frameworks, a bit of extra support so that they know that when they see that blank page, they know what to write, they know how to structure their ideas, they know the kind of message that they're trying to get across to their readers and things like that. So it's students that just need a bit more support than what they are gaining in their usual classrooms.
And you said you deliver this in person and online. What's the breakdown there? How does it work?
So I've just launched these really exciting new groups in Bishop's Park Community Centre. This will be my first face-to-face group sessions because I've always taught online. So I'm really excited to get back because that's the best thing about teaching. It's seeing those light bulb moments like in person straight away. So I'm running like year 7 up to year 11 groups on Tuesdays and Thursdays in Bishop's Park Community Centre. But I know that there's lots of students out there that, well, number one, prefer online or can't get to Bishop Stortford because of different things like extracurricular activities and so on. So I also offer online groups which run in exactly the same way. It's just my face on screen instead on Mondays and Tuesdays. So yeah, I've got a big, like, wide range of timetable and everything to support as many people as I can.
It's wonderful. And I know what you mean about that, the spark that you see in the student. I used to call it the altruistic feedback loop. So
Wow.
where you help someone and you're helping them, and then they kind of go, oh, fantastic, you've helped them. And actually it makes you feel better about
Yeah.
yourself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's that kind of feedback loop that you get all the time, particularly when you're in person with
Yeah, that's why teaching is so addictive, I think, because it's like you get that buzz all the time, and every single day is a new day. Like, for example, I've been teaching Macbeth for something like 15 years, but every single year and every single student that I meet, they see something different in it, or we have a different conversation about something, or they spot something that I've never spotted before. So it's just really exciting.
That's awesome. And the thing about Bishop Stortford, I find, is that most people that I speak to here, they moved here because of the schools, because they
Yes.
want they want their kids to go to good schools. So I think what you're delivering as a kind of value add to that, it seems like the right kind of community for that kind of project.
Yeah, look, I always think of myself as like I'm a support outside of that mainstream classroom, and the schools in Bishop Stortford are amazing. We've got a huge amount of outstanding providers in this area, and a lot of students in this town are getting a very good deal. But sometimes it's just that extra little bit of support that just will boost that confidence or get a student to the next level. We've got lots of students in this town aiming for very, advanced A-level courses, university courses later on. And sometimes it's just a little extra boost. So I think that schools and tutors can work really well together and give that kind of full, like, whole rounded education.
Yeah. And how have you found, since starting your new business essentially in Bishop Stortford, how's the community supported you doing that? Like, I'm really excited the fact that you're doing in-person things at the Bishop Park Community Centre. That's great that you're involved there. But how has the general community supported?
Do you know what? I was a little bit unknown in the community at the start in terms of, like, putting myself out there on social media and things like that. But through that kind of consistent posting and things like that, I've had the most amazing conversations with people in the community. And people are now, like, mums are now starting to recommend me to others, even mums that haven't worked with me. And it's just from them getting to know me online and having those conversations. And look, I'm so grateful to the mums of Bishop Stortford who are, spreading my name wide and far. It's a real help.
Excellent. Well, I'm a dad. Hopefully, we can spread your message even
Yes,
further
of course, of course.
through the podcast
Yeah.
and the work that you're doing there. It sounds really exciting what you're doing. We'd love to keep an eye out on what you're doing, and we'll put all the links for everything in the show notes for today. So if anybody's listening to this, or they know someone who might benefit from the work that Claire's doing, to get in contact, we'll try and make that as easy as possible for you. All right, are you ready for some Stortford Spotlight questions?
So ready.
Awesome. These are 3 fast questions that we ask every guest that come
Okay.
on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast. Today's podcast is brought to you by a great local business helping people take back their time in Bishop Stortford. If your weekends are getting swallowed by cleaning instead of time with your family, I get it. As a dad of 2 young boys, I know how fast those moments can go, and I've been let down by cleaners before. That's why I use Time For You Cleaning. They're reliable, friendly, and give you one less thing to worry about. If you want your time back, head to timeforyou.cleaning and let them know the podcast sent you. Get back your precious time and support local. Right, back to the show. Let's get into it. First question. If you could put one sentence on a billboard in Jackson Square,
Yes.
what would it say, and who needs to hear it the most?
I would say blank page fear to writing confidence in 15.
Fantastic. And who do you think needs to hear that the most?
Anyone in secondary school that has had that feeling of staring at that blank page and thinking, I don't know where to begin.
Fantastic. Thanks, Claire. Secondly, where do you go in Bishop Stortford that you secretly hope never gets too popular?
So more recently, I stumbled across Dada Cafe,
Okay.
coffee house, and they do, like, I'm not really a huge coffee drinker, but I like an iced coffee, and they do the best iced mocha in the whole town.
Well, I hope you don't have to pay for your next iced mocha from Dada. That sounds great. And the thing is, it's so hot at the moment. Everyone's on the iced coffees at the
Yeah.
moment. Yeah, that's a great show. Thank you, Claire. And finally, your chance to shine a light on someone in your network who's doing something special in town that more people need to know about.
So obviously I've launched Your English Tutor UK, and that's just for English teaching. But I have two great maths tutors in my network that are just doing amazing things, and it all coming through word of mouth and recommendations. And that's Sue Hutchins and Fiona Wright. And they're in our community, and sometimes they can be seen as like a hidden gem, but they are doing everything for our students in the community for their maths GCSE.
That's wonderful. That's exactly what we're looking for, hidden gems. We'll put links to their socials as well in the show notes so that if anybody's interested on the math side of things, they can get in contact with them. Claire, thank you for that. Where's the best place then for people to find you online and get involved with the work that you're doing?
I would say that's my Facebook page. I'm also on Instagram. And I'm always trying to post on Bishop Stortford community page just to kind of keep the conversations flowing. So people can check me out there.
Wonderful. We'll link to that everywhere. We'll make sure that if anybody needs that kind of support, they can get in contact with you. That's a wrap. Thanks for joining us on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast today, Claire.
Thank you so much, James.
No worries. And those of you out there that are still listening or watching, if you enjoyed this episode with Claire, the best way to support our show is to hit follow, leave a quick review on YouTube, Apple or Spotify, wherever you're listening or watching to this. Share it on your socials as well, or with someone in town you think should hear it, particularly if they're not on social media. You know, if you can share the podcast with them, that would be absolutely fantastic. And if you've got a local legend that you think we should feature on the podcast, drop me a message or tag them in the comments below so we can shine a light on their story and their efforts in the community. That's it from me. Go and support someone local today in Bishop Stortford. Have a great day. Thank you. If you run a business built on trust, but your website's full of stock photos and silence, we need to talk. True Tone Testimonials helps coaches, consultants, and other service providers turn real client stories into high-converting video content. No scripts, no fluff, just honest words from real people who already love what you do. They're professionally filmed and ready to drop onto your site or into your socials. Head to truetonetestimonials.card.co. Let your clients do the selling. Okay, support local. Let's get back to the show.